And that's Nightly News for this Wednesday. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'm Lester Holt. Please take care of yourself and each other. Good night.
NBC News, streaming free now.
Male, late 20s. Wait.
I'm out of here.
Defund the Police radical Mandela Barnes isn't just dangerously wrong on crime. Barnes supported raising Wisconsin's gas tax nearly 30%, while we already pay some of the highest gas taxes in the country. Barnes wants to stop all oil and gas production in America, killing jobs and making prices skyrocket. And while Barnes didn't pay his own taxes, he pushed a $1 billion tax increase on Wisconsin families. We can't afford radical Mandela Barnes. Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Dan, Jessica, and Jeff bring you the news and weather from where you live weeknight.
Straight ahead on Newswatch 12 at 6, a Wisconsin city is taking action after its waterways were contaminated. We'll have the latest on what Pesh2Go is doing to fix the problem. Plus, families are concerned about the possibility of rainbow fentanyl being mixed in Halloween candy. We'll explain what law enforcement is saying about the deadly drug. And Governor Evers wants to give a financial boost to emergency responders. We'll have the details as your local news starts right now.
Newswatch 12 with Jessica Jukic and Jeff Weller.
Good evening and welcome to Newswatch 12 at 6. I'm Jessica Jukic. Discussions around rainbow fentanyl have been rising on social media and on the news lately, but the information about it can be confusing. Many law enforcement offices and parents have been concerned that the deadly drug could be found in Halloween candy. However, while parents should always use caution when letting their kids go trick-or-treating, finding rainbow-colored fentanyl in candy is unlikely.
They're usually quite expensive, so people aren't just dispensing them. Usually what we're having is where somebody would accidentally knock something in or accidentally get put in.
According to the DEA, fentanyl trafficking into the United States has been on the rise since 2014. Now the deadly drug, which is 30 to 40 times more potent than heroin, has been coming in this new form. The best advice for parents is to use caution with Halloween candy.
The best advice for parents is trick-or-treating in areas where you know people, sending your kids to houses, monitoring them, also going through their candy before they would eat it. Anything that's not in a packaging from like a store or a regular candy packaging, anything that you can't identify, definitely get rid of.
Officials across America have stated that finding fentanyl in candy is unlikely. However, if you do find any, they say to alert authorities as soon as possible. It feels like fall outside. Jeff, how long will these cooler temperatures last?
Well, the sun is setting right now. 40s out there today, 50 or so tomorrow, but we could do 70 on Sunday. Are you ready for that?
I'm liking that.
Let's go outside now and check on the weather. We're talking about temperatures hanging out in the 30s and 40s across our region today. That's very much below average, but again, a warming trend is on the way. That's going to linger into the weekend before a big change gets in here next week on Tuesday and Wednesday. But right now, it's 37 in Rhinelander, 41 for Leona, 45 for Green Bay. It's not bad out there because the wind is finally dying down. 4 days of gusty winds gave us waves yesterday on Lake Superior of 25 feet. Those are dying down right now. And look to the west. That's where the warmer temperatures are. 70s across the plains currently. That's the air moving our way. Many of us could go for 70 on Sunday afternoon, still several days away. Lots of clear skies out there now. Lake effect snow band is turned off. It's switched over to the east of us. We are in a dry stretch of weather now into the weekend and beyond. In fact, the next cold front not in here. It's that guy right way up there, not getting in here probably until Monday of next week. Our forecast then tonight, though, is partly clear skies and mostly clear skies with low temperatures down near 28. Your full forecast coming up. Jessica.
Thank you, Jeff. Wisconsin has its largest budget surplus in state history at $4.3 billion. Governor Evers wants to use part of that money to boost pay for emergency responders. Evers stopped by the Rhinelander Fire Department yesterday. He wants the state to give more money to municipalities, which in turn would lead to larger police and fire department budgets.
I think a lot of people welcome the fire and police the careers. I just think we have to give them more respect and pay them more.
The Rhinelander Fire Department usually has 6 people for every 8-hour shift. Chief Brian Tenoncourt would like to hire 2 more firefighters for each shift. Budget limitations prevent him from doing that right now. Almost 700 union workers for a Case tractor factory in Racine are in their 6th month on a strike with no clear end in sight. United Auto Workers Local 180, which represents Case employees, and the company have been unable to reach an agreement on pay and benefits. CNH Industrial is employing replacement workers while the strike continues. The strike comes as labor shortages and the COVID-19 pandemic have emboldened workers to demand better pay and benefits in various sectors of the economy. In September, CNH Industrial reportedly offered the union wage increases between 18 and 25% over the next 3 years and offered them different health insurance plans that, according to a full-page ad on the company took out at the Racine Journal-Times, the company did not immediately respond to Wisconsin Public Radio's request for comment. A Wisconsin group is asking the U.S. Supreme Court to block President Joe Biden's student loan forgiveness program. The Brown County Taxpayers Association filed a request for the court to step in on an emergency basis and temporarily block the program from taking effect. They claim it violates the separation of powers by encroaching on Congress's exclusive spending power. The filing claims if the court does not intervene, student loan cancellations could begin as soon as October 23rd. Applications for student loan forgiveness officially opened on Monday. The town of Peshtigo is suing companies they say are responsible for causing contamination of drinking water with PFAS. The town asserts several claims under Wisconsin law against Tyco Fire Products, Johnson Controls, Chem Design, and ChemGuard. Each of those companies are alleged to have contributed to the contamination that has adversely affected the town and its residents for years. The town alleges that the defendants released PFAS from properties located in Marinette, Wisconsin. Extraordinarily high concentrations of PFAS have been detected not only at the property, but also in groundwater and surface water off-site, including in the town of Peshtigo. In the litigation, the town is seeking remedies from the defendants sufficient to reduce the PFAS contamination and protect the health of town residents. Major League Baseball mandated them in 2014. Disney World added them in 2015. Airports, county courthouses, prisons, and a host of other locations have had them for decades. The Mall of America may be joining the list of major attractions and venues across the United States that use metal detectors as an added layer of security against gun violence. Jonah Kaplan has more.
The countdown to Christmas is on, and April Kimball is ready for Christmas shoppers. She's also ready to answer one popular, if not sobering, question.
They just say, "Are you scared to be here?" And I'm like, "No, not at all." And they're like, "Well, why not?"
Visitors come every once in a while, but Kimball is here every day. So despite 2 shootings this year at MOA, including one this past August, just 2 doors down from her store, Kimball telling us she's not scared because she credits MOA for boosting security staff and adding more drills. She was thrilled when we told her about MOA testing new weapons detectors at the north entrance.
You go to Valley Fair, you go to Disney World, you go to the Twins game or the Vikings game. They all have metal detectors. What do you feel when you're in those locations? You feel safe. You feel safe when you're in those locations.
The mall, of course, has many entrances on many floors and through many stores. According to system's designers, the detectors are an added layer of security, which can alert police on site or even in remote locations if it detects a weapon.
A security strategy includes people plus technology plus process. The vast majority of people will go right through without ever stopping, yet they're being screened for weapons.
A family is exploring the country. Coming up after the break, we'll take you through their journey and why they're traveling cross country. That's After Weather with Jeff right here on Newswatch 12.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Slumberland.
Sue right, Jake middle, and on the left.
Yeah, I knew I'd win.
Are you saying
What's
something?
really happening over there?
I think you're on mute.
There's no substitute for real gaming fun. Go where fun lives. Old Chunk Gaming Wittenberg.
They say the real measure of a leader is in how he treats his people. But at Tim Michael's company,
these allegations span over 2 decades.
women say they were groped,
The male superior groped the crotch and inner thigh of a female employee.
assaulted, and pressured to have sex with their bosses.
If she refused demands for sex, she would be blackballed.
And when coworkers spoke up, they say they were fired. So if that's the kind of leader Tim Michaels is, how do you think he'd lead the state?
Looking at mattresses?
I'm just looking.
Jump on it, roll on it.
No.
I can see you in it. You got your firm plush, ultra plush plus. Just pretend I'm not here. My name is Richard. You have any questions?
Buying a mattress can be uncomfortable.
She seemed nice.
That's why Slumberland has modernized the process, giving you the freedom to have a comfortable experience. Right now, get 30% off select mattresses. Slumberland. Mattress shopping reinvented.
Update your floors with 11% off everything at Menards. Enhancing the beauty of your home is easy with our great selection of Mohawk flooring. Carpet adds a soft and luxurious feel to your living space. Laminate flooring is durable and easy to install, making it the perfect choice for active lifestyles. All Mohawk flooring is 11% off right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
At Big Valley Ford, we have a great selection of gently used trucks, SUVs, and cars. And we are ready to help you find the right vehicle to explore the North Woods. Big Valley Ford is passionate about every vehicle that enters our service center, and our team of technicians are here to help with all of your service needs. Whether you are looking for a new or used vehicle or need to get your current ride back on the road, stop into Big Valley Ford in Ewan, Michigan, and experience the Big Valley difference.
There you are. Welcome back, my friends. Well, if you're a slacker, not judging, but this weekend, if your boat is still in or your pier is still in, this is the weekend for you with lots of sunshine and temperatures hanging out in the 60s to low 70s. But then it's going to get cold after that, so make sure you do it this weekend. Speaking of temperatures, though, here we go. The temperature results are in from September, and September came back as the 5th warmest September on record globally. So it's land and ocean temperatures. It was the warmest September on record for North America. But on this map, red is above average, blue is below. Certainly a lot of red during the month of September. And tomorrow is a big day around here because the National Weather Service, your tax dollars at work, comes out with its winter forecast tomorrow. Looks like it's going to be a La Nina winter, which could mean for us colder than average temperatures and above average precipitation. So let's just go for the snowiest winter on record. Why not, right? Okay, the wind is finally dying down. 4 days of a lot of wind around here. Changed the scenery completely. The leaves are now being knocked out of the trees. In fact, we are above or past peak along and north of Highway 8 now. Central Wisconsin still pretty much got some good color there, but overall, things are happening very quickly. The wind we had last 3 or 4 days gave us lots of waves on the Lake Michigan and Superior and took down, of course, a lot of leaves across our area. All right now it's 37 in Rhinelander. Our northwest breeze around 9. The dew point there incredibly low. This air is very dry. You might need a humidifier tonight. We're over in Wausau, 42 for you. A west wind around 10, and that dew point there of 22. Pressure falling slightly at 29.84. Look at temperatures. So this is not normal. The average high is still low 50s. No one did that today, but hold on. Warmer temperatures are on the way. It's 41 in Leona, 43 for Point. You get the idea. Hanging out near 40 right now with low temperatures in the 20s tonight. But hold on. Here we go. Look at the west. This is right now still 70-degree temperatures across the plains. That is moving our way. So we could flirt with 70 on Sunday, definitely in the 60s on Saturday. It's going to be a fantastic weekend around here coming up as the core of the cold air is going to push off to our east. But don't worry, that will allow the warmer temperatures to kind of come in. But this time of year, the cold air always wins. It's heavier, it's denser, it has some oomph to it, right? And it'll be back in our forecast on Tuesday, and then most of next week looks colder once again. On paper, that looks like this. 51 tomorrow, 61 for Friday, 64 for Saturday. That could easily be a 70 for you on Sunday. And then a cold front's going to come through most likely Monday afternoon. Drop temperatures all day. Hold highs near 50 on Tuesday and back in the 40s again on Wednesday afternoon. So too soon? Okay, too soon, I know. Let's look at this. So here we go. This is precipitation to make the snowiest winter on record in Rhinelander. we got to get 116.3 inches of snow. Can we do it? Well, it's a stretch, right? We've already had 2.4 inches of snow so far. So overall, we got kind of a head start. That's a bit early, but there's no snow in our forecast anytime soon. The lake effect machine has turned off. It's turned off over into parts of Michigan. We are in a drying out trend. In fact, no rain or snow in the forecast probably for us until Monday. It's going to be a fantastic weekend. Here comes the start of that cold front, though, getting in here on Monday. That's going to change our lives later on next week. Going forward, though, so some cloud cover tomorrow can't be ruled out. I'm going partly cloudy tomorrow. This could be overdoing it. But then here comes that rain shower. Here's Sunday, on Monday. Rain on Monday, most likely lingering to Tuesday. Likely rain this time, though. No snow in our forecast anytime soon. And this model, by the way, nailed it last week with that lake effect snow band coming through. Our forecast then tonight, though, is increasing clouds. Low temperatures down near 28. Whatever is wet out there will likely refreeze tonight. Look for a west breeze around 5 to 10. For tomorrow, it's Thursday. Lots of sunshine, but it could be partly cloudy. But, you get the idea. Look for a high temperature near 51 with that northwest breeze around 5 to 10. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress shows tomorrow 51. We jump 10 degrees on Friday, 61. Saturday, 64. Lots of sunshine. Sunday, Sunday. We're going to go for 70 on Sunday before we get wet on Monday. Drop temperatures on Tuesday. We're back near 40 on Wednesday. Jessica.
Thank you, Jeff. The world can breathe a little easier now, literally. Carbon dioxide emissions from the burning of fossil fuels are expected to rise less than a single percentage point in 2022. That's according to the International Energy Agency's forecast published Wednesday. Officials say they expect CO2 emissions to increase by 300 million metric tons this year, which is noticeably less than the 2 billion tons recorded in 2021. The IEA says numerous factors, including the Russian invasion of Ukraine and the boost in electric vehicles, have played a role in lesser emissions. Governor Evers, along with the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency and the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources, announced the start of a new federal funding to support municipal investments in wastewater and drinking water infrastructure. The investment includes an additional $79 million awarded by the EPA for the existing state revolving loan fund program and $64 million approved by the EPA for lead service line replacement and addressing emerging contaminants like PFAS. The DNR is accepting online notices of intent to apply from municipalities for this financial assistance now through October 31st. This funding is made possible by the federal bipartisan infrastructure law signed by President Biden last November, bringing significant funding to enhance the state ability to fund needed water infrastructure projects. It's a decision many face at one point in life where to settle down. For one family in California, has been considered home for quite some time. But it was becoming too expensive, so they hit the road in search of a new home. Newswatch 12's Matt Weaver caught up with them on their latest stop in northern Wisconsin and joins us in studio with more. Matt?
Well, Jessica, on their search for a new home, they stopped in Tomahawk and showed me their one-of-a-kind bus. It's named Wanderwell after wanderlust they claim to have. Tomahawk native Jill Bucaro previously relocated to the Golden State where she met her husband and started a family. With California having some of the highest living expenses in the country, they decided it was time for them to journey. It's been about 3 months, and their daily routine has already become a new normal.
It does feel a little normal. We have to work. We have to get up. We set alarms. We go to school. You know, we have chores. We clean the bus. So in that way, it does feel normal. We're just doing it in a different area.
Jill's husband, Jeff, says that he doesn't miss the California traffic, and that's his time on the bus has also been relaxing.
We cruise around at 55, so it's been good to get me out of the LA road rage mentality and just be like, y'all can just pass. Just keep on going. People will make excuses of, I can't do this because, and, you know, they're excuses. We make a choice to live how we want to live, so we chose to do this.
They have trekked through 11 states, 11 national parks, and racked a total of 4,300 miles, all in a 2000 international. As for where they'll settle, that remains unknown, but one thing's for certain. It's a lifelong mission to travel.
Thank you, Matt. NASA captured incredible images from its Hubble telescope, and Lincoln County is adjusting its budget to save one of its youth programs.
Defund the police radical Mandela Barnes isn't just dangerously wrong on crime. Barnes supported raising Wisconsin's gas tax nearly 30%, while we already pay some of the highest gas taxes in the country. Barnes wants to stop all oil and gas production in America, killing jobs and making prices skyrocket. And while Barnes didn't pay his own taxes, he pushed a $1 billion tax increase on Wisconsin families. We can't afford radical Mandela Barnes. Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
You heard the jingle man, Wisconsin. That means it's time to get a versatile, rugged, athletic SUV that makes you feel like you just won a title. Again. Honda was just crowned KBV.com's best value brand for the 7th year in a row. So get up and go to your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin. Bring it home, Songbird.
You have dreams. To visit your grandkids. To start a small business. To spend time on the lake. The cost of a good healthcare plan should support those dreams, whatever they may be. They're your dreams. We're just here to help you live them. Aspirus Health Plan. A great plan for your best life.
Breaking news in Dallas, Texas, where at least 5 police officers were killed when they were ambushed.
This was the deadliest day for U.S. law enforcement since 9/11.
Just days after this horrific crime, Mandela Barnes appeared on Vladimir Putin's propaganda news outlet and rationalized violence against American police officers.
Police officers are over-exercising their badges. This probably was a retaliatory attack.
Do you want Mandela Barnes representing you in the Senate?
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here. Looking for one of our most capable Ford SUVs? Okay, great. We've got you covered. Spacious interiors, innovative tech, good looks, and a legendary off-road experience. Check out our inventory today, or let us help you place a custom order. Getting into the perfect Ford SUV? Well, it's easier than ever. Yeah, we've got you covered. Now choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge and get 0% financing for 66 months.
Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Bone and Joint Walk-In Care.
The Lincoln County Board has approved moving funding to save the 4-H program. Tuesday, the Lincoln County Board of Supervisors held their final meeting before the November budget hearing. To balance the budget, the board decided to take the forestry revenue and make a $45,000 match to fund a 4-H coordinator position. The UW Extension program was on the chopping block, so this was a way for the board to keep the program. The board's final vote will come at their November meeting. NASA's Webb telescope has captured a dropping image of the iconic pillars of creation. The James Webb telescope near-infrared camera captured the pillars of creation in a way they've never seen before. NASA hopes studying the pillars of creation will have a better understanding of how stars are formed. Stick around, we'll be right back.
In the Senate, Ron Johnson pushed tax loopholes benefiting himself and his donors.
Did my business benefit? Sure. Did some of my donor businesses? Sure.
But here's what Johnson's doing to us. He voted to raise the retirement age and allow cuts to Social Security. Even supports letting Wisconsin ban nearly all abortions and said, if you don't like it, you can move. Ron Johnson works for himself, never us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Today is a monumental challenge.
You guys gotta stop worrying about me, am I right?
Male, late 20s.
Wait, come out of here! The owner, he was in the pep room. We'll find him.
Where's the owner?
The child's missing and probably being abused right now.
I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Ron Johnson caught lying. Independent fact checks call his attacks on Mandela Barnes false and misleading. But it's Johnson's views that are alarming. Johnson supported a ban on abortions. He co-sponsored a bill that makes no exceptions for rape, incest, or the life of the woman. And Johnson said if women don't like it, they can move. The truth is, it's Ron Johnson who doesn't belong in Wisconsin.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
Tim Michaels wants to scare you with lies. Here's the truth. Independent fact checkers gave Michaels' parole attacks a pants-on-fire rating, saying they were false and that the governor does not allow any release of criminals. That's a fact. And here's another fact. Tony Evers actually increased police funding, and he's working to invest in high-crime areas, in job training, after-school programs, and mental health. So when you see all these, do this.
Music every weekend, never a cover, and drinks priced right. TV, pool, darts, and more. It's Happy's Pub in downtown Woodruff.
All right, Jessica, temperatures hanging out in the 30s and a couple 40s out there as well. We'll have low temperatures tonight in the 20s, so anything wet is going to likely freeze again tonight. Lots of clear skies out there now. There could be a little bit of cloud cover tomorrow. We'll likely stay dry through the weekend as temperatures warm. We are going to flirt with 70 this weekend, and that's going to be really enjoyable.
Definitely. Do everything you got to do outside this weekend.
Pull the boat in, Pier 2.
Yes,
Get it in.
Exactly. That's all the time we have. We'll see you back here at 10.
Mr. Food Test Kitchen is brought to you by Golden Carrot Jewelers and Creative Kitchen and Bath Studio.
In the last few years, America's love affair with pumpkin has skyrocketed. I mean, it's hard to walk down the aisle of the market and not see everything from pumpkin cereal to pumpkin coffee.